Good morning, guys. I just want to say welcome back to my channel. I didn't give you guys the details of my hair in my last video. I am on my way to take my son to school, so he's in the back seat, so if you hear him, don't even mind. It's a cloudy day out, but I wanted to at least come on and tell you guys, you know, I just switched it up real quick and I didn't tell anybody what's going on or what's up or anything like that. So I have bay locks. I decided to get these locks because I was looking on oh my gosh, can't go that way. I was looking on Instagram for like protective styles and different things like that. I knew I wanted something that was like full coverage, something that would fully protect my real hair. As you guys saw in some of my other videos, my hair was definitely getting damaged just with the weather changing everything. Excuse me, with the weather changing everything, like my hair responds according to the weather, and it's like if it's cold outside, my hair is dry, and it feels like no amount of moisture that I can put in my hair, no amount of protein I can put in my hair, no amount of cleansing I can do to my hair, no amount of shea butter, nothing will moisturize my hair enough. So usually in the winter months, I go for like a protective style that I can rock for a while. So yeah, I went for bay locks. I haven't seen too many people in my area with bay locks. Everyone's getting full locks, like the really small ones. I've seen like people with like box braids that are like this length and different things like that, but I haven't seen too many people with bay locks. And they're huge. They are huge locks. Initially they were too big. Like I had to get used to them. But you know, I saw the style on another woman and I just thought it was like so fly. So I went ahead and got them myself. Hold on, y'all, cause y'all know he wants something. Yes, honey. Yes. Yes. She didn't wave back to you? That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, so like I was saying, I got these bay locks. I found some like hair jewelry. I'll show you guys some of my jewelry. My hair jewelry that I could put in the locks. Because I work in a neighborhood that isn't really understanding of my culture and, you know, the people of my culture, and it's growing. Don't let me just, you know, make blatant statements like that, but like it is growing. The African American population is growing, but it's not anywhere near the educational level about the culture that it should be at. So I know that I might get quite a few looks, quite a few questions even, quite a few stares, and you know, I'm here for it. I consider myself pro-black, which, I mean, just to me means that like I pride myself in educating people about our culture, about my culture, because, you know, even within the Black African American community, there are some differences, but there's definitely some great similarities. And so I definitely take on the burden in my career field of, like, you know, talking to people about blackness and what it means to be black and what my experiences have been and how my experience isn't all experiences of black people, but it is my experience, and it's something that, you know, connects to me, and I don't have a problem with educating people. I even offer them like the racist pass, like just go ahead, ask the questions that you want to ask, because I would rather you ask it to me than ask it to somebody else who's going to slap you. So, you know, I give them the racist pass, and even though when they ask certain things, it is definitely some racist comments and questions and things like that, I want to educate them. I don't want them to walk around just not knowing and assuming certain things. So one of my clients that I have, we had a whole conversation about hair. We had a whole conversation about good hair, bad hair, black hair, white hair, Italian hair, everything like that. So she made a comment that she thought that I was beautiful with a ponytail, and with my real hair and a ponytail. And I wouldn't deny it, you know, I think I'm beautiful, but I was trying to explain to her that my mom, my family, when I just take my natural hair and pull it back in a ponytail, they consider that as not done. Like my hair, what to them isn't done. And to be around Italian people who are like, you know, your hair is done, it looks nice, I like your hair like that. They don't understand how, like, my mom could say, like, your hair not done, what are you doing with your hair, girl? You better go do something to your hair, get your hair done, go get your hair done. So they don't really understand what that means. And she made a comment, you know, with her racist past, to say she hasn't found any woman who wears braids or tight pulling hairstyles, extensions, and different things like that. She hasn't found them attractive. She thinks that natural hair is what, you know, makes a woman attractive. And I said, number one, it's a cultural difference. It's a preference in how we wear our hair and how we, you know, rock different styles. I explained to her the way that she chooses what she's going to wear in the morning is the way that we choose what hairstyle we're gonna rock for the week or the month or however like that. So like, and our hairstyle, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but our hairstyle speaks to our culture, speaks to, you know, who we are, where we've been, what we've gone through, and different things like that. So I can't personally give you like the origin of Baylocks, but I do know that this style represents the African culture. Like this, you know, jewelry in your hair, it represents the African culture. Like this is something that you will predominantly see in the black community. And like she already thought that I was beautiful with my ponytail, so now we're gonna see her response and her reaction to my Baylocks. And I don't care one way or another. For me, it's simply about education. For me, it's simply a hairstyle that I know protects my natural hair that I want to rock for the winter. So this is the hairstyle that I'm going to rock for the winter. And I hope and pray that through me rocking this hairstyle, I'm able to educate her, educate the people around me, educate the community, just about like how beauty doesn't change regardless of how you wear your hair. The soul of a person doesn't change in a hairstyle, and you know, it's a preference. It's just a style. It's just the way I choose to rock my hair this given day. And for those people who have permanent dreads or who have, you know, who have certain styles that, you know, they cut their hair in that style and it's more of a permanent thing, you know, that's how they choose to wear their hair, and it doesn't take away their beauty, because I believe beauty is within the soul. So, you know, you don't judge, don't you know, assume. And this the way, and I understand that the way that you may not like a certain pair of pants on a person, or a certain way you may not like a certain shirt on a person, you don't like the hairstyle, and I'm okay with that. I'm not looking for you to like my hairstyle. I'm looking for you to respect me and my profession and what I've come to do, regardless of my hairstyle. So that's where the education comes, because I know that there becomes a negative connotation. It's like, okay, because you're rocking that hairstyle, or because you look this certain kind of way, you're not adequate enough. You're not able to then perform. So because I've proven to perform with my natural hair, because I've proven to be adequate with my natural hair and do a great job with my natural hair, I'm now gonna rock my hairstyle that I like, my protective hairstyle that I like, and I'm gonna show you how well I can perform, how I'm still as adequate as I was last week. So for me, it's about education. It's you know, taking on one white person at a time, one uneducated person at a time, because it's not just white. There's some Indians, there are some Asians that are just equally as ignorant as, you know, the people who I work with, but the people that I work with are predominantly white. So that's why I'm saying one white person at a time, to educate them just about the culture, just about the hair, and everything like that. So y'all gonna be seeing my locks a lot now in my videos, because I don't intend on taking them out, regardless of, you know, how people feel about it. This is my winter protective style, and I intend on protecting my hair for quite a while. I'm excited to see when they start to get old. I'll show you guys the parts. I didn't lay my baby hairs just yet because, you know, dropping my son off, I'm just dropping him off to school, and then I can go home and get myself together and lay my baby hairs. I did get dressed, and, you know, I got my African fabric, my blazer on, so, you know, I'm wearing all black underneath it, so, you know, I'm truly speaking for the culture today. But yeah, I'm excited to see when my locks get old, and they get more loose, and I'm able to, you know, like, rock them in different ways and pull them back. But for now, they're like still pretty tight. On Friday when I got them done, I felt like Medusa. Like, they were just like sticking out, and I couldn't move my head. And you know, that was another point that she tried to make of like, why do you women like get hairstyles that are like so tight that like you can't move your head, you gotta take a Tylenol, like. And I'm like, you know, it's the way that we were brought up. Like, the way that I was brought up, every Friday or every other Friday, my grandma, my aunts, or my great-grandma, somebody, when I got home from school, would take my braids out. And we would sit, we would tell stories, we would make jokes. On my cousin, she would sit, she would take my braids out. My mom would, you know, pay her a little $10 or something like that. And she would sit, and after school, watching Sailor Moon and all my good shows, Saved by the Bell, and all my shows on TV, she would take my hair out. And so, and then on Saturday mornings, my mom with 2 daughters, she would get up, get all her beads out, and she would do our hair. I wish I was a video guru, because I would insert some of the crazy hairstyles that she put in our hair. But just use your imagination. That, like, I've had hairstyles that look like a roller coaster with beads and dramatic loops and different things like that. My mom got real creative, and it was just a trend, and it was just a cultural thing that we did. Like, that was our experience. We would sit down, get our hair braided, tell stories, talk to each other. Butts would hurt, head would hurt. I was tender-headed, so, you know, and that's where I learned discipline. You sit down, you get your hair done, and you're not gonna be out here in these streets embarrassing me because your hair ain't done. So now, as an adult, you know, that is still the way that my mom thinks. It's like, your hair isn't done. What? I raised you better than that, you know. And it's a cultural thing. And this hairstyle isn't for my mom to say, look, my hair's finally done. I don't even think that she would like this hairstyle, but go to sleep then if you're tired. But you know, it's my preference and how I want to rock my hair and how I want to say, you know, who I am and, you know, how I represent my culture. And we're almost at school, so you can go at school. So yeah, it's just how I want to rock my hair, and it's just my preference. And I hope it's a tool that I can use to educate more people. If I'm talking, you shouldn't be talking. There's nothing that you want at this moment. Yes. Okay, we're almost at school. So yeah, guys, that's my story for today about my natural hair and my naturalness. So stay blessed, stay close, stay subscribed.